watching America Trends. I'm Mary Burt-Godwin, and this music is pumping me up. We know what it means. It means it's sports time with Mr. Mike Costa.
How are you?
Welcome.
How are
I'm shaking your hand. I don't know why we do that.
We normally do
fist
this.
bump. I don't know. I'm still getting used to this new steakhouse set. I'm not quite used to it, but.
How are you?
I'm doing great.
Excellent.
I'm excited that you're here. I'm excited to talk. You know, there was big news this week in sports, and I said, well, we got to get Costa in here to talk about the kiss.
The kiss heard, seen, felt around the world.
So okay, we'll do a little background of it, and then I'll kind of say what I was thinking. Tell us what happened.
Well, so Spain won Spain won the World Cup. The
First
women's.
time ever,
I almost
right?
said the females World Cup. No, the women's World Cup.
Yeah, first time ever.
I don't know if it's their first or not. Was it? Okay.
I think it was. Yeah.
So they're all celebrating, and the head of the Spanish team, he's thanking all the female players, and there's one player he hugs, and he kind of grabs her head and he gives her a peck on the lips, and then she walks off. Mm-hmm. Well, this has now exploded into the absolute worst form of sexual aggression, sexual harassment the sporting world has ever seen. And granted, the sporting world has seen a ton of them. Right. We both know that. Right.
So it's interesting because so many thoughts came when I just saw the headline, and I saw they were celebrating, as they should have. They won the World Cup, first time ever.
Yep.
And it's the passionate, we all know Latin countries are passionate, and they're celebrating and they're jumping, and he does grab her face and kiss her on the lips. There's no tongue action or any.
No.
It doesn't look sexual from my perspective, looking at it.
Right.
So I kind of thought they're blowing this out of the water, or blowing it up a little bit. However, then I read more about him and the two things. I heard her say it wasn't consensual. I didn't ask for it, because he said she asked for it. Or whatever he said, I don't know.
Yeah.
And he was a little bit arrogant, and he kind of doubled down on it. So talk to me about the aftermath on it.
Yeah, using the phrase, she asked for it.
Yeah.
Very, very poor choice of words when it comes to something like.
He did not put his best foot forward on this.
No, and he's put his foot in his mouth by saying that, I will not resign, I will not resign, I will not resign, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah. And he did say it like
multiple, 5 times in a row.
Yeah, yes, it was like a chant. Yes.
I don't think he had the greatest track record going into this, and certainly in the aftermath of it, he has done himself no favors. The thing that bugs me, here is the thing. We live in the day and age now where you just, even if you think, even if you're in the moment, you've got to realize you can't say I'm in the moment. That's not an excuse anymore. It's like as if we wrapped up this segment and I leaned in for a kiss and you went like, whoa,
what the?
We've never done that before.
Right.
Okay, I'm going to get strung up on my Buster Browns.
Right. I'll put my HR hat on.
Thank you. And go, you're toast. So you've got to really be astute at reading the room when it comes to things like this.
Yes.
What really ticks me off is all of the social justice warriors that are jumping on the
Rubiales called it false feminists, right?
That's what what they are.
In the sport of public opinion.
Right. And if you're a female, and I'm sure you've been the victim of sexual harassment before, and any woman that has, you've got the greatest leg to stand on right now and saying, yeah, see, I went through this, and she's going through the same thing. But it's all these other groups, these men and these other teams, and unfurling these banners and wearing
we stand for Jenny.
Right. And it's like the only reason that they are doing it is because they want to be seen as being on the right side of the woke.
Yeah.
Is it being woke to protest against sexual harassment? No, it's not. If you're actually protesting against sexual harassment and you actually believe that what happened was wrong, but don't give me all this.
It's a lot.
Everywhere. It is everywhere. Now listen, the guy, and the bottom line, the guy screwed up. He screwed up. He shouldn't have done it.
Here's the thing I think he screwed up the most on is how he came out after.
Absolutely.
Because I think we got to show grace again, I don't know his history, if he had sexually harassed her before, possibly, and then this was like the cherry on top. So
Sure.
I don't know that stuff.
Right.
But I do know is that when we are told what we did had a certain effect on somebody, we need to step back and say, okay, that sucks. That wasn't my intention, but that
sorry.
does suck, and I need to own up for that, and then make it right. But he's going the opposite direction, right?
Yeah, he is. And there's a large group that does support him. There's even a bigger group that wants him gone. But if you just come out after the moment and go like, oh my God, I didn't even ask you if you wanted to be kissed. I violated your physical space, your psychological space. I am sorry.
It seems to me that there's just got to be a deeper seated situation going on, because if it was the coolest guy ever and he was the best coach ever and he did this, then it probably would have been looked over and it would have just been like, he got lost in the moment.
Of course.
But he did aggressively grab her face and hold on to her for a moment.
Yeah.
And it's a little intense.
Yeah.
Now, here's something that I'm noticing about myself, because I'm older, and a lot of things in my generation as a woman were like, it's a guy being a guy, he's a dude. My first thought was he's just a Latin lover and that's the way he is. And I mean, honestly, I'm being very honest about that, because now I know that as women in our society, that's not okay. And there's not an excuse anymore.
No.
And so I love the younger generations that are saying, hey, old ladies and old people that used to think that was an okay way of doing things.
Right.
It's just, I accepted it because I don't think we had it, it wasn't the time or the place. We were fighting other battles.
Yeah.
But now it's this battle. And so, I don't know, I see both sides of this for sure.
I do, but change is okay.
Yeah.
It is okay. And if young girls are out there saying, sorry, this is kind of the way it is, and all of you relics and you dinosaurs out there
Like
that
me.
Used to pinch a girl on the butt and say,
I'm
hey,
not gonna get
and
my
say, hey,
cane out.
you look really good today. No, that doesn't go. That doesn't fly. It doesn't. Sorry, it doesn't work.
It's a different world.
Yeah.
And so I feel like we all need to be aware that when somebody points out that we screwed up,
own it.
Own it and be like, yo, I did not, that was not my intention. That sucks that I did that.
What can I do to make the situation better? I'm so sorry.
Right. So I want to talk really quickly, because it was reminding me of this double standard. It was reminding me of this Brandi Chastain drama back when she took her shirt off. She wins.
And she wins the World Cup.
The
team wins the World Cup.
Yes.
And she pulls
She's
it off.
celebrating.
Yeah.
And the guy who took the photo of her with the shirt off actually is the photographer that was in the studio yesterday taking photos of our studio.
Oh, really?
It's Robert Beck, and he's a personal friend of the studio.
Did everyone keep their shirts on?
We kept our shirts on for the most part.
Okay,
I think
that's good to know.
Jason might have got.
I think all the guys.
He was playing a drummer, and I think he unbuttoned it kind of low for my liking.
Okay.
But there's this double standard that we're just working on changing, because I look back at that photo now. She's wearing a sports bra.
It's a sports bra.
I mean, my girls wear this.
Go to the beach. Go to the beach anywhere.
Right.
You'll see less.
Right. So anyway, I think that's kind of an interesting double standard in our world that we're working towards changing.
We are, but and guys have to know this is what the rules are.
Yeah.
Females also have to know that, listen, if you want your cake and eat it too, per se.
Yeah.
Then there are certain things that you have to adhere to.
We can't be grabbing
as well. Right. And it's just everyone kind of comes together and coalesces and said, listen, again, change is not a bad thing, but
we got to navigate it.
She's a human being first, before she's a female, before you think she's a sexual object or she's beautiful or she's hot or whatever.
Right.
She's a human being first.
Well, and then this leads into girls are playing high school football here in San Diego.
Okay, this is where I draw the line. Now, no.
I saw a comment on it. Did you see there was a comment? So there's 3 girls, young females, 2 on varsity, 1 on JV at Coronado
High School.
And there was a comment on the post on NBC's that says, girls have no right being on a football team. Girls have no right being on a football team. So this is funny to me. I had to click through on the guy because I thought, is he being sarcastic? You can't be saying that stuff right now. Is this real? Sure enough, I mean, he really meant it. Yeah.
No, listen, I was an assistant coach at Madison High School in the early 90s, and we had a couple girls that came out for the football team. Here is the thing. If you want to come out.
Back in your day?
Yeah. If you want to come out for full-on tackle football at the high school level, you better be ready. Because when
I
that
don't
whistle,
think I'm okay with this being a mother of. I mean, I'm just protective. So
Yeah,
God
yeah.
knew what He was doing, giving me females, because I can't handle watching these people get pummeled on the football field.
here, when that whistle blows, those guys want to win,
Yeah.
and it doesn't matter
It's
what
sketchy.
organs you have. You're going to get your head handed to you in the course of a football game if you're a guy or a girl.
Which is the subject for another conversation another time, because we're out of time today. But how do we let this still happen? These kids are getting such serious brain injuries. Anyway,
Yeah.
wah wah. We got NFL starting soon. We got to have you back.
I will be back anytime you want me.
You're watching America Trends with Mr. Mike Costa, our sports analyst, and we'll be right back right after this quick break.